Hello and welcome to the second episode of the KBV of Sports live on KBVR-TV. We are once again coming to you live from the Student Experience Center here on the OSU campus, where players will once again be battling out in a game of table tennis. I am Santos, joined alongside my man Casey Smith. Casey, what are your thoughts on today's matchup?
I'm on the edge of my seat for this one today. We got a great rivalry ahead of us. The matchup today consists of two friends. In all black, we have Ashton Bisner, a junior design major. And across the table in pink shorts, we have Jacob Boyle, a junior business major. Both friends are from Scappoose, Oregon. However, they're going to have to put their friendship aside and do anything to get the win against each other.
Now, these two have played against each other multiple times, most notably in real-life table tennis and Wii table tennis. But that was just for fun. There was, of course, no scores being kept. So it all comes down to this. Who's going to win this series? We don't know. We honestly have no idea, but it could be anyone's game. But I'm excited. Casey, I know you're excited. And we're all excited, and we hope you're excited too. So before we start, Casey, let's go over the rules real quick.
Well, players will play games to 11, and each game must be won by 2 points. And any discrepancy as far as scoring is settled amongst the players, which would be a fun experience with two friends and rivals.
Now, players are alternate serves every 2 points, and they'll switch table sides each game. Players cannot hit the net on the serve, and if they do, it will result in a point for the opposing player. However, it is okay for the ball to hit the net during a rally as long as it goes over the opposing player's side.
And with that in mind, let's get to the game.
Jake Boyle will start serving.
Ooh, got a high one there. Point for Ashton.
Jake, that's 1-0.
High serve point for Ashton. So one thing you'll notice is that these two are really good friends. So we'll see a lot of bickering back and forth between the two, but it's all loving games.
We're going to see a lot of chirping back and forth between these two throughout our entire games today.
That's a point for Jake. So I want to point out so far. So it scores 1-1, and as we keep mentioning time and time again, these two are really good friends. They actually both had lunch together before this.
Wow.
So they had lunch together. I guess they kind of like try to scope each other out, but it all comes down to this.
I guess that's maybe, gauging out your opponent before you play him.
Could be, yeah. Score is now 3-1, Jake.
See, we noticed in warm-up, Jake had a really good forehand, and Ashton had a pretty impressive spike to him. So it should make for a really good matchup to see where they take this.
Definitely. Score is 3-2, Jake leading. So notice how far back they're standing, too.
Oh. These guys cover a lot of surface area on the board. They make sure to really spray the ball around the canvas.
Cover a lot of ground for sure. Too far, another point for Jake.
We see that impressive forehand from Jake.
Yours still 2-4. 3-4.
Score is now 4-3. Ashton leading.
Right before this, we saw that Jake actually brought his own paddle.
That is a true point. So, yeah, I backstory behind that. The studio provided paddles for the players, but Jake was like, you know what, no, I have my own paddle. So, naturally, we just let him play with his own paddle.
Maybe that's a nice little comfortability factor that's playing into it.
Definitely. Scores out 5-4. Jake leading.
5-5.
Make that 5-5. So, one thing we noticed that both players are really, really good, right? Ashton has been playing table tennis for about 13 years, and Jake has been playing table tennis since he was 8 years old.
Wow.
5-6. 5-6.
Score is now 6-5. Ashton leading. Make that 7-5. So he hit the net, so that's Ashton's point.
And before this, Ashton came in with the mentality of, I plan to distract my opponent with my devilishly good looks. I like that mentality. Nice little confidence booster as well.
Oh, for sure. Confidence booster for sure.
Sorry, I lost track. Is it?
Score is now 8-6. Ashton leading by 2 points. That was serve there. Oh, too much power, too much oomph. Point for Jake. 8-7. Yes, sir. So while Ashton decided to distract Jake with his devilish good looks, Jake was like, you know what, I'm not going to mess up. That's his game plan, just not mess up.
And I like that. Strong, straight to the point. Before this, he just said he'll just start playing and see how it goes, too. So,
sure.
He's keeping it loose.
Score is now 10-8. Really close game so far.
I feel like it's going to go off the table, but I can't.
Make that 10-9. Really close game.
This is game one. Stop.
Oh.
10-10. You try.
11-9. No, 10-10. 10-10.
We have game point between the two opponents right now.
11-10. 11-11.
We're tied back at 11.
So winner first win by 2. Strong rally. That's saved by Ashton.
That hit a piece of the net, too.
Your turn?
Scores out 12-11.
Let's
Jake.
check. What's the serve? Okay, I think it's my turn. Let's go.
Scores out 12-11 Ashton. Or Jake, excuse me. So if Jake scores another point here, he wins the first game. Just with that, score is now 13-11. Jake wins first game. I gotta say, if that was the first game and it went into overtime, we're in for a really good series.
We are in for a very good series today.
So with that, Jake wins the first game by a score of 13-11. Game 2 coming up on KBVR. We'll be right back.
Counter a single mean person. As much as you insist that you're mean, Jada.
I don't know if I've.
For Black History Month here at Oregon State.
Keeping the ball for there's not like a baseball. Yeah. Oh, and Santos eliminated. Oh, right in the gut. That was.
Just to press your topping down a little bit, make sure they fit firmly on top of the sushi and they won't come out.
Around with that too, punching Joker in the face and saving gum. I am tight.
Welcome back to Sports. If you're just joining us, Jake has won the first game by a score of 13-11, and he's looking to win the second game. We're off.
Ooh, Ashton takes the first point.
He took the first point last game, and he won the first game, so maybe we're being a factor. He also gave up the second point, so.
It seems that we have a really strong back and forth going with these two friends.
Oh, with the spike attempt.
Just left that one a little long. Strong forehand, though, from Jake.
You up. Yeah, still your turn.
So I want to point out, we asked these two, hypothetically, if they had a walk-up song, what would it be? So for Jake, he decided he would have Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins.
Oh, someone went and saw Top Gun recently.
Ashton was going to fly into the to the wall there. And Ashton would, of course, have Need to Know by Doja Cat.
I love me some Doja.
Can't go wrong with
Love
Doja
me
Cat.
some Doja.
Score is now 4-1, Jake leading. This is 4-2.
Your turn.
Made that a point for Ashton. Oh, with the spike attempt, but that goes nowhere.
Heavy forehands from Jake.
Make that 4-3, Jake.
3-4.
So speaking of these two as friends, I want to point out, these two actually played on the same soccer team growing up. So Jake was a defender, and Ashton was, he wanted to be forward, but he was deemed as too small, which is funny because he's giant. But he was moved to midfield. So
Well, then maybe that was the birth of the rivalry a little
maybe,
bit.
yeah, friendship and rivalry. Yeah, right now it's evenly matched, but we'll see how it goes as Jake scores another point there. Scores out 6-4, Jake leading.
6-5.
Make that 6-5.
6-6.
It seems Jake is going really aggressive with these forehands, but his last 3 attempts on it, he keeps leaving them long.
Definitely. Oh, with the shot attempt. Scores out 7-6. 7-6. Scores 7-6, Jake leading.
7-6. 7-6. You have 7. I have
Nice little banter going on there.
Do you want me to reserve that? No. Okay. 8-6. 8-6?
Scores out 8-6. Ashton leading. Make that 9-6.
We've seen a really great comeback performance out of Ashton in this game.
Yeah, it's just reminds me. 10-6. Game point.
Scores 10-6, game point. If Ashton wins, when he wins the second game. Ooh, scores out 10-7.
Strong rally there.
Ashton still could win this game, but in the world of sports, anything could happen. That's game.
With that,
Ashton wins the second game by a score of 11-7. So while Jake got the first win by a score of 13-11, Ashton with the combined victory, making the series tied at 1 apiece. Game 3 coming up on KBVR-TV. We will be right back.
All right, we go live in 5, 4.
Ready, camera 2. And wipe it.
Welcome to KBVR-TV. Come join our team.
Score is now 2-1. I think Ashton's leading that. 2-2. Make it 2-2. So the score is 2-2 apiece. So both players have 2.
it seems as though both of our players are moving around quite a bit in this game.
Oh, definitely. They're moving around a lot. Which is strange because Ashton's wearing pants. He opted to wear pants today instead of the normal shorts. But
maybe that restricts him. Maybe that helps him. We'll see.
Maybe it's a good luck charm.
4-2.
You never know. I did have a lucky pair of socks when I used to play baseball, so
it could be the same thing. Maybe it's Ashton's lucky pair of pants.
I feel that one.
So the score's now 5-2. Ashton leading. Make that 5-3. Now I want to point something out. Even though last time these two played against each other, like officially, was 8 months ago, they actually played each other last night, practice round.
How'd that
just
end
one
up?
game. Ashton won by a score of 6-4.
Only played to 6-4.
Well, they got the 10. Like, all right, well, we got it. Oh, nice diving attempt. Ashton almost blew into the camera right there. Scores now 5-4.
Great
Ashton's
recovery.
6-6. Come back. 6-6.
Scores now.
I feel it. I know it's going up.
Make that 7-6. 7-6, Jake leading.
And once again, we would like to give a special shout out to UHDS and Rec Sports for allowing us to use all these great ping pong facilities.
Yeah,
you know?
thank you. Appreciate it. Strong rally going. Oh, scores now 9-6.
These games are going by rather quick. We got strong rallies, but it seems like each player is getting what they want out of these rallies.
So Ashton had a 2-point lead, right? Then Jake went up to score 9 straight.
Wow.
Ashton's coming back slowly. Score is out 9-8.
8-9. 8-9.
Strong rally going. Oh. Score is out 8-10.
Jake is at game point.
We'll see how this goes. Strong rally so far. Oh.
Ashton leads it short, and Jake takes game 3.
So just to recap, Jake has won the first game by a score of 13-11. Ashton's won by a score of 11-7, and Jake has won third game by a score of 11-8. That means game 4 is coming up. We'll be right back on KBVR. Don't go anywhere.
Well, audio, man, it's in the air. It's the fluctuations that vibrate our ear holes and make the cochlea sensitive, you know. You can't ignore it, and you try to start measuring it, and it just pulls you in. Well, I used to try to play music on my own, make the sounds from my own hands and instruments. Then I started recording. Upon hearing myself in my recordings, I decided I should just record. When you're a young adult who is serious about pursuing media as a career or even a side hustle, a lot of people won't take you seriously. OMN is cool because not only will they take you seriously, they'll push you and they'll give you all the tools to really try to do something special with it and let you be creative about it. And so that's what's been special about OMN to me. I'm Sam Lay, and I'm a student engineer at Orange Media Network.
And welcome back to sports. So to quickly recap, we have Ashton and Jake playing against each other. We are currently on game 4. Jake has won the first game by a score of 13-11. Ashton came back with a score of 11-7 to win game 2. And now Jake has won game 3 by a score of 11-8. So Ashton will be looking to either win this game to continue the series going, or Jake will be looking to win this game and solidify the series win.
And despite being behind a game, we're seeing some great performances out of both of these players.
So let's get back into it.
Ready, Jake? 0-0.
Strong rally so far. You mentioned earlier, Casey. Strong rally so far.
Ashton really making Jake move around.
Jake gets the first point.
0-1.
They play so nonchalantly. It's crazy.
Maybe that's the comfortability of having played so many games before with each other.
They know each other. They're just it wasn't filling out process the first game for sure, but now they're just getting back in the groove of things. Just like that. Ashton is down 0-3 early.
3-0. You need a minute? I'm ready.
There we go. Oh, spike attempt.
Oh, wow. A really great shot there.
Ashton is down 4-0 early. So, speaking of Ashton and Jake, so I do want to bring this up. Ashton actually texted Jake earlier this morning, and he said, quote, "Today is the day, ... Your dignity will be mine."
Wow. Well, as he goes down 5-1, I think he might have to reap some of those words.
That's what I was thinking, too. Make that 6-1.
6-1.
Jake leading. This is one of the biggest leads we've seen so far.
Yeah,
It's
this is the largest lead I think we have seen.
Because normally the games are really close. I like by 2 or by 3, but this is a 4-point lead, which I think still is the biggest lead of the night.
Hopefully Ashton can bring it back and get sort of a comeback going.
Make that 7-2.
Oh, 7, yeah.
Jake just seems to be surmounting this lead even more.
He's definitely capitalizing on it for sure. Make that 7-3. So then we also asked him about their warm-up routine. Jake kind of just going to go out there and say, well, we'll keep playing, see how it comes out. But Ashton was very specific. He said, stress and pray. So stress out about the game and pray to the ping pong gods about it, and hope it's coming out.
Well, let's hope those gods will rain down supreme on him.
Scores out 5-8. Maybe they're calling it on his side because it's 5-8. So mounting some sort of comeback. Got 9-5.
9-5.
So I want to remind you that this is game 4. So if Jake wins this game, he wins his first series. But if Ashton wins this game, it goes to Game 5. And Game 5 is always really fun. So hopefully
that'll be a very interesting turn of events.
Oh.
9-6, that was good.
That's 6-9.
9-6.
That's a run up, and it worked.
Making a run.
Let's say no. Let's keep going.
And with that, Jake is now at game point at 10-6.
6-10.
So now 10-6. Ashton needs to score 5 straight to win this.
And he might have a chance. 10-7.
Strong. And just with that, Ashton walks away in disappointment. So Jake wins the game by a score. And he sees on the wall over there. Some comforting consoling going on over there.
That's some friendship. Some good camaraderie, even though it got a great matchup.
So Jake has won the first series by a score of 3 games to 1. Series 2 will be coming up in a little bit. Juggle and error. We will be right back.
I joined Orange Beanie Network as a freshman. It was my second week of being a freshman here, and I was looking for an opportunity to get involved in something on campus. And I had done a little bit of high school journalism, not a lot, but I came up here to the 4th floor. I saw the TV studios, I saw the radio booth, I saw all the computers, and I thought, this is super cool. This is something I want to get involved in. And I joined the barometer team as a freshman. I learned so many things that I would have never learned in a classroom. Not only did I learn how to do journalism, how to design a newspaper, how to produce a TV show, I learned skills on top of that that are definitely going to help me in whatever I go do with my life. These past 4 years, OMN has meant to me to be a place where I can come and be myself, where I can come and challenge myself, push myself, learn and grow. It's a place where you come up here and you think you know who you are, you think you know the type of leader that you are, the type of person that you are, but you look back as a graduating senior 4 years later and think, wow, I am not the same person as I was when I stepped on this floor the very first time as a freshman. My name is Lauren Sless. I am the producer of Spotlight at KBVR-TV at Orange Media Network.
One thing I really love about my job is I get to work with a lot of different people and have a lot of fun with them.
Oh man, the bullpen, it's honestly my second home. It's always like something's going on here, it's always music playing, but at the same time it's like that one big family feel here. So yeah, that's what the bullpen means to me.
It's a place where we like to foster a lot of our community, where you get to know people really well, a place to hang out.
What I like about OMN in general is just like, it's just like the community aspect.
It's just such a fun place to work. I always like to say it's the best job on campus.
It's like the one place like where like you could be like radio, work for a magazine publication, you can do everything and like it's kind of accepted and normalized, so yeah.
It's just so much fun. I can't stress that enough.
Why not work here? It's a really cool place to be.
Go back to sports. If you're just joining us, the first series of the game has concluded. We have Ashton and Jake playing against each other, and Jake actually won by a score. He won the series by a score of 3-1. That's 3 games to 1 game. So we'll recap a little bit. Jake won the first game by a score of 13-11. Right. Ashton managed to come back, winning the second game by a score of 11-7. But then it was ultimately Jake coming away with the victory, winning game 3 11-8 and game 4 11-7. However, Ashton has a chance to come back and win the second series, which will move to the third series. But first, he has to win 3 games in any order for the second series.
And frankly, during the break, Ashton thought it was over. To find out that he had more games to play, he was embraced and jolted with excitement.
He's fired up now and has so much energy in him, and we can hope that energy translates into winning this next series, but we'll get right into that right now. Yes, as you mentioned there, Ashton was elated. He was so ecstatic that he had another chance to win. He thought it was over.
You can see his demeanor's changed completely.
More serious. Jake gets that one.
0-1.
Score is 1-0. Jake leading.
Ooh, Ashton takes the point back.
1-0.
Make that 1-1. So Ashton is jolted up right
1-1.
now. It could be because he has another chance of winning, or it could be the Bang energy drink he had before this game.
That could play a huge factor.
It could be either one. And he had Panda too, so it could be either one of them.
1-3.
So it's now 3-1, Jake. Now one of these two are really good friends. They've pretty much grew up together, essentially. Both from Scottsdale, Oregon, and just played against each other. So
You can see every point seems to matter so much to them.
It does, yeah. It's a skewed hit. We get a point for Jake. Score is now 4-2. Jake leading. Notice how far back they're playing. It's very, and that goes over the table and make that a point for Ashton.
See, but I like what Jake's doing with that. He's really allowing the ball to spin and really get a good movement. So it's kind of throwing Ashton off, maybe.
Yeah, totally. Also, one thing to note is Jake is letting the ball come to him while Ashton's going towards the ball. It's interesting how that plays out. Strong rally going. Score is now 5-4.
And we saw Jake almost attempt the behind the back there.
Yeah. Well, table tennis is hard enough. Imagine trying to hit the ball behind the back.
That'd be pretty impressive to pull off.
Score is now 5 apiece for Ashton and Jake. Now notice how Ashton's opting to use the pink ball. That's because pink is one of his favorite colors. And actually, so we were talking about this earlier, his favorite Mario Kart character is Birdo, who's pink. So I think pink's his good luck charm. I think his socks are pink given too, so.
I think he just needs every bit of luck that he can get.
Totally. Scores out 7-5, Jake leading. That goes over, that's a point for Ashton. So speaking of Ashton and Jake, some of Jake's favorite activities to do are exercising, reading, and cooking, while Ashton's likes photography, designing, and baking as well. So similar interests.
It seems that both of them like to, get out, do their thing, and both like to be in the kitchen, it seems.
Definitely seems like it, yeah. Cooking up in the kitchen, cooking up on the table, cooking up points.
6-10. Game point.
It's not the only table that they're setting today.
Score is now 6-10.
Is that a redo or is that a point? Let's do a redo.
Oh, so Jake won that, but he's opting for a redo.
Well, it seems, like I said earlier, all the disputes that might have been a little tension-based, easily settled between two friends.
We'll see if that comes back to bite him. Well, it feels like that. And so Jake.
And it looks like it might.
So it doesn't matter. Jake won the series regardless. Makes on a handshake there. So Jake wins the first game by a score of 11-6. Game 2 will be coming up on KBVR-TV. We'll be right back.
Counter a single mean person. As much as you insist that you're mean, Jada.
I don't know if I've...
For Black History Month here at Oregon State.
Keeping the ball for there's not a baseball. Yeah. Oh, and Santos eliminated. Oh, right in the gut. That was.
Just to press your topping down a little bit, make sure they fit firmly on top of the sushi and they won't come out.
Around the bat too, punching Joker in the face and saving God. All right.
Welcome back to sports. Before we get started, we want to give a quick thanks to both UHDS and Rec Sports for providing us a table for table tennis today. Thank you guys so much. We wouldn't be here without you guys.
And once again, thank you to UHDS and Rec Sports.
And game 2 of the second series will be underway right now.
0-0.
So as mentioned earlier, this is the second series of the game. Jake won the first game of the second series by a score of 11-6, and Jake won the first series overall by a score of 3-1, meaning he won 3 games in that series.
Ashton's really going to need to put something together in order to shock what we know is Jake really running away with this.
Oh, definitely, yeah. He's already down 3-0, so that's huge. He was down 3-0 in the last game, and he lost by a score of 11-6. So won't make that down 4-0. Yeah, so it's a best of 5 series. Best of 5 series, meaning each player must win 3 games in that series to win the series, or a set per se. A lot of terminology in ping pong, or table tennis.
Seriously. Going back and forth the entire time with sets, series, trying to figure out. But no, the whole thing is gotta win 3 games. Gotta win the 3 games. So,
speaking of
the sets, you gotta win 2 sets.
Speaking of win, Ashton needs to win this game in order to stay alive. He's down 6-1. That's the biggest lead of the night for sure. That by 5.
Large lead from Jake.
Make that 7-1. That's the biggest lead for sure. So what's crazy is this. Make that 8-1. What's crazy, the games in the first series were really close. 13-11, 11-7, 11-8. But now it seems like Jake is kind of taking control and taking charge.
And we're seeing a lot more movement out of Ashton and Jake in this one. They're really jumping up, getting more excited. I think the tensions are starting to build.
Tensions there. Not sure if you believe in karma or not, but Ashton did text Jake this morning, quote, "Today is the day. Your dignity will be mine." Maybe it's coming back to bite him in the rear?
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully Jake can maybe show him where his dignity lies after this game.
Score is now 8-3, Jake leading. And there's that pink ball, so maybe Ashton will get some good luck there. Make that 8-4. It's got the lead to half.
4-8.
With Ashton's game plan of stressing and praying, I think he might need to do a little more of both.
Score is now 5-8.
We take those.
Score is now 5. Double bounce, that's a point for Jake. That is 9-5, Jake leading. Make that 10-5, Jake.
Jake seems to be toying with Ashton at this point.
He's definitely just Ashton's trying to do anything at this point to score a point. Oh, tried the short hit, but that ball goes nowhere.
10-6.
Score is now 10-6.
No, you were just serving.
Once again, Ashton has to score 5 straight to win this game. A strong rally there.
Ooh, seemed to hit off the side of the table as Jake takes game 2 of set 2.
So once again, Jake wins by a score of 11-6. That means Jake has won both games in the second series. He has one more to win the entire series as a whole. That game will be here on KBVR-TV. We'll be right back.
So I first heard about Oh Man through the radio program. My roommate was a DJ, and I hopped on his show a couple times, and that was infatuating, and I immediately fell in love with being able to play whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and coming in late at night and sharing my music with whoever was awake at that time was just so exciting and so liberating. Just the ability to explore and learn so many things from so many different mediums is really what benefited me and my experience here in media. Coming out of here, I definitely think I'm going to be looking at the world in a more professional lens. I definitely think that, working as part of a team and making things for other people is something that I've definitely taken out of being here and being on the creative video team especially. My name is Ziad Al-Kaulak. I'm a creative video consultant, a senior studio engineer, and a professional conspirator here at Orange Media Network.
Hi, my name is Kay Solozzi. I'm a senior here at Oregon State University, and this is my story. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me on another journey through the multi-lens. I'm your host, Kay Solozzi. Well, when I first came to Orange Media Network, I came with a passionate idea that I had in podcasting, and that was to talk about science, religion, culture, things that were in the headlines, dive deep in a variety podcast show. The opportunities here at Orange Media Network are great. They have state-of-the-art resources. These professional level cameras and microphones and equipment has elevated my podcast to a professional radio quality podcast. And these resources are accessible to anyone who's interested in media. I was able to create an amazing portfolio, and that portfolio helped me land a marketing job in the industry. My name is Kay Solozzi. Come join Orange Media Network so you can tell your story.
Located on your airwaves, outside your classrooms, and on the 4th floor of the Student Experience Center, Orange Media Network is home to Oregon State University's national award-winning student media organization. Hundreds of OSU students from all majors and experience levels create content and make content decisions for 7 media platforms, including a newspaper, 3 magazines, a radio station, a TV station, and online. OMN students strive to change the world by elevating diverse student voices, challenging views, and empowering the community to build a better world.
Sports, and if you're just joining us, this is a do or die situation for Ashton. He is currently down 0-2 in the second series, which means he has to win the next 3 games in a row to win the second series to have a chance to stay alive.
He's got his back against the wall in this one.
It all comes down to this. Will he do it? Let's find out right now. Ashton with the first serve. Strong rally.
Another strong rally between the two.
Ooh.
Ashton takes the first point.
Some light there gets the first point of the series. He hasn't done that since game 4 of the first series. So yeah, as mentioned earlier, Ashton has to win the next 3 games in a row to win the second series. He's currently down 2-0 right now. 0-2. But he's up 2-0 in this game.
So. Well, it seems as though he might be turning around what we thought was a pitfall of his game.
Strong performance so far. Overshoots a little bit, gives a point to Jake.
Well, Jake really handcuffing him with that aggressive forehand.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Make that 2-2, 2 apiece.
Jake ties it back up.
Ashton trying to just...
Little fake out hesitation on the toss-up serve.
Well, he doesn't want to mess up. He can't afford to mess up now. Make that 3-2.
3-2. 3-2.
Even Ashton's like 3-2.
3-2.
Strong rally so far. Hit the net. Oh,
and a great shot from Ashton.
That is a point for Ashton. So it hit the net, but it's someone over. Well, we want to give a quick shout out to Rec Sports and UHDS for providing us with the ping pong table for today. Thank you guys so much. Because without it, we wouldn't be seeing this awesome rally. So
once again, thank you to UHDS and Rec Sports for these great materials.
Score's now 4-3. Ashton leading.
Another strong rally. Oh, and Ashton takes the point there.
So Ashton mounting a comeback. I think this is his first lead in this series. He never led in game 1 and never led in game 2. His first lead of the night in this series. Make that 5-4. Still a narrow game though. Overshoots
Jake
that.
seems to be leaving it long now with these forehands.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe he'll make the adjustment.
I think Ashton's starting to kind of just memorize Jake's playing style and kind of adapting to it on the fly. It's net, make that 6-5. Ashton's leading by a point though.
Yeah, I know. 6-5.
So this is Ashton's leading. This is his first lead he's had in this whole series. So let's see what he can do with it.
Oh wow! Off the net, making Ashton too far back away to get that.
Scores out 6-6 apiece. Spike attempt, that goes nowhere. It's a point for Ashton.
That heavy forehand from Jake, just leaving it long.
In warm-ups, we actually saw both of them practicing spikes against each other. So it's kind of coming in to creep up now. That's another point for Ashton. Make that 8-6.
6-8, right? Yeah.
Make that 9-6.
Jake leaving it long once again.
You nervous, Jacob? I'm getting a little.
You hear the little showboating there? Ashton said you're getting nervous.
You have a lot of chirping out of these two.
Don't turn it around.
Oh, make that 10-6. Ashton needs one more point to win this game.
Ashton's first game point since game 2 of set 1.
Ashton's about to come back. Make that 11-6.
And make that Ashton's first win since game 2 of set 1.
So while Jake won the first two games by a score of 11-6, Ashton comes around and wins this game by a score of 11-6, keeping his hopes alive. Game 4 coming up right back on KBVR-TV. We will be right back.
Audio, man, it's in the air. It's the fluctuations that vibrate our ear holes and make the cochlea sensitive, you know. You can't ignore it, and you try to start measuring it, and it just pulls you in. Well, I used to try to play music on my own, make the sounds from my own hands and instruments. Then I started recording. Upon hearing myself in my recordings, I decided I should just record. When you're a young adult who is serious about pursuing media as a career or even a side hustle, a lot of people won't take you seriously. OMN is cool because not only will they take you seriously, they'll push you and they'll give you all the tools to really try to do something special with it and let you be creative about it. And so that's what's been special about OMN to me. I'm Sam Lay, and I'm a student engineer at Orange Media Network.
Sports on KBVR-TV. Ashton has just won the third game of the second series by a score of 11-6. Now he's still down 1-2, so he needs to win the next 2 games to win this series as a whole. But he won the third series, might as well win the other 2.
But it seems as though we have a comeback in the making from Ashton.
Will it be? We'll find out right now. So during the break, Ashton asked us politely. He said, "Can I talk smack?" It's about talking aloud.
Yeah, it seems as though he really wants to get in the head of his opponent.
Well, for sure. I mean, he was down 2-0. Jake had the chance to win that game, to win the series as a whole and finish this, but Ashton said no. He's still kicking.
And with that, Jake takes the first point.
Now 1-1.
1-1.
Ashton, you can do Ashton laughing from here.
Seems both of our players are really enjoying their time here at KBVR.
Well, they're really good friends too, so might as well. And this is both their first appearance on KBVR-TV, so they want to make sure that they leave a good first impression, and I think they're doing just that.
Me staring at you down.
Yeah, Ashton said, "Yeah, this is my first time on KBVR. I just don't want to be a disappointment."
Score is now 2-2.
Oh, that hit the table. 2-3.
Jake hit the. Ashton hit the net. Excuse me. That's a point for Jake. Overshoots that. Score is now 3 apiece.
Jake leaving the backhand long there.
I have some trouble.
Score is now 3 apiece. So notice how Jake switches grips every time he swings.
4-3. Yes.
Score is now 4-3. Jake leading. So I want to remind everyone that Ashton needs to win this game and the next game to win the entire series as well. If Jake wins this game, he wins the whole series and the whole matchup per se.
I'm not even going to look at the ball. I'm ready.
We've seen a lot of great performances, but Jake is really putting on a great one today.
4-5.
Scores out 5-4. Jake leading.
You got to win this game.
Make that 5-5.
What do you think? 5?
He said, "Oh, sugar and iced tea" for the viewers at home.
It seems as though that the trash talking is heating up a little bit.
Yeah, you saw it there. Ashton's like, "What'd you say, Jake?" Strong rally so far in the legs.
That
table
and that pink ball back in play. Ashton's taking points.
Very close call, yeah.
You won. You're up.
Strong. Right there. Gets it over.
Ashton really using every bit of the table. He's hitting from one side to the complete other side.
Very mobile, yes. Score is now 6-6 piece.
It's 6-6. Is it 6-6? It's 6-6. Okay. You were up. Hey, 6-6. Now it's 6-6.
Some clarification on the score there. They were just making sure everything's laid out because this is the do or die game for both players, really.
I think messed up the score every other time.
Overshoots that, gets magged, but that's a point for Ashton.
Jake left it long, so that means Ashton takes the point.
Really close game so far.
Ooh, tricky serve out of Ashton right there. Maybe threw off Jake a little bit.
Probably, yeah, threw him off a little bit. Now it's leading 8-6.
It seems that this comeback is really right in front of our very own eyes.
Say that. Yeah, it's a point for Jake.
I strictly jinx him, I
You
guess.
might have, yeah. In case you think about it, jinx him on that one. Scores now 9-7. Ashton leading. Once again, do or die game. If Ashton wins this game, the series continues. But if Jake wins, it's over.
As Ashton gets game point.
Look at him boasting in the glory. Look at him just. If Ashton next point. If Ashton scores the next point, he wins this game.
And he will tie it back up.
Just like that. What a comeback. Ashton has won the fourth game by a score of 10-7. Look at him, just kind of basking in the glory. Still some camaraderie there.
But
series now tied at 2-2 apiece.
We're seeing this competition strike up every single more we play.
Game 5 coming up on KBVR. We will be right. Game 5 coming up on KBVR. You don't want to miss it. We will be right back. Welcome back to sports. But before we get started on this legendary Game 5, I want to give another thanks to UHDS and Rec Sports for providing us with this table today, because without them, we wouldn't be able to get the chance to see another Game 5, or the first Game 5 of this series. So thank you to Rec Sports and UHDS.
Frankly, this is the first Game 5 in KBVR table tennis history.
And we might see the greatest comeback in KBVR-TV history. We'll have to see. So to recap real quickly before we get started, this is Series 2 of table tennis. Jake won the first games by a score of 11-6 for Game 1 and 2. And Ashton has mounted a comeback, winning Game 3 by a score of 11-6 and Game 4 by a score of 11-7. So this is another do-or-die game. If Ashton wins this game, the series continues. If Jake wins this game, he wins the whole thing. So we'll see who wins this one, and let's get started on it.
And once again, we would like to give a shout-out to UHDS and Rec Sports.
0-0.
I'm excited for this game for sure. This is Game 5. The first Game 5 we had in a while.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Oh, you see Jake roll flying across the table on that one.
Any to win this game. This is a do-or-die game. Ashton gets the first point of the game. That hit the net too, so another point.
Another point
for Jake. Series set up at 1 apiece.
It seems though Jake has had a lot of those where it's just grazing the net and dropping right immediately where he wants it to.
Yeah, for sure. Also a lot of those too where he overshoots and gives points to Ashton, so might have to be more calm and controlled on those hits to see get points.
Where was I?
So the Game 4 started 2-2, and then Ashton mounted to come back winning 11-7. So we'll have to see how that goes.
You can go get it. Yeah, you can go get it. 2-2. I won't do it.
So that was point for Ashton, but she decided, I decided to opt in for the redo.
But it seems as though That might come back to hurt him.
Might come back to hurt him, yeah. Score is now 3-2. Ashton leading. Excuse me, Jake leading. Overshoots, that's a point for Ashton. Score is 3-3. So if Ashton does win this game, he might mount one of the greatest comebacks in KBVR history.
Must be a ridiculous comeback. He was down.
He's down 0-2.
0-2 and down a set.
Yeah.
This should be a ridiculous comeback.
Ridiculous comeback. We'll have to see how this goes. Hope this plays out. Who are you rooting for this series?
Honestly, I'm rooting for the underdog story. I kind of want the comeback.
Exactly. I want the comeback too. Strong hit.
Strong hit, but he left it long. Ashton takes the point.
No, Jake looked really promising in the first 2 games, and I'm rooting for Ashton too because I definitely want to see Series 3. I don't want the series to end at all.
Yeah, Jake's coming out strong, but leaving that little window open for Ashton is coming back to bite him a bit.
Definitely. These two know each other so well.
Ashton really making Jake work on this one.
Scores out 6-3. Ashton leading. Just clarifying the score a little bit. Make that 7-3. You know, I will say I did clown on Ashton a little bit in the broadcast for wearing pants to today's shoot, but I mean,
it seems not
working in his favor.
Yeah, it's not constricting his mobility in the slightest.
7-4.
Strong rally so far. Make that 8-4.
8-4.
I should say mobile. Giving Jake no time to guess. Overshoots that. Now it scores 8-5.
8-5.
Ashton with another lead. I will say every time Ashton has led in this series, he's won the game.
Mm-hmm.
He led the last game. He led game 3. He's leading right now, but we'll have to see where it comes out.
Jake's really making him work, making him earn every bit of every point.
Well, this is a do or die game, so if Ashton wins, it's third series.
Mm-hmm.
If Jake wins, he wins the whole thing. Overshoots that, score is now
Ashton leaves it long.
Kisses the ball for good luck, and he's out.
Yeah, the fact that they're 1 point away, the stakes are really high in this one.
High. Now it's tied. It was 8-2 at 1 point, and now Jake is coming back slowly.
With that, Jake takes the first lead of the match.
Scores out 9-8. So this is anyone's game now.
Yo, can we get a different ball in here? I need a different. I got all the balls.
So
a new ball request as Jake takes game point.
So that's 10-8. Ashton requested a new game ball, but maybe he needs that pink ball to talk about.
Maybe he needs all the bit of luck he can get. And with that,
scores now 9-10.
It's fine. It's all my fault.
So he has to win by 2. So if Jake scores the next point, he wins the whole game.
I think a lot of what Ashton's doing is getting in his head. But as I say that, Jake taps the corner.
Jake taps the corner.
Takes game 3.
So wow, what a series!
Wow,
what a series. So Jake has won Series 2 by a score of 11, or Game 5 of Series 2 by a score of 11-9, which means he has won the whole thing. And Ashton's kind of just pondering about ping pong now, but yeah, what a performance by Jake and Ashton. So Jake wins the whole series. We'll be right back with the post-game interview live on KBVR. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And still little jokesters coming around.
All right, we go live in 5, 4,
Ready, camera 2. And wipe it.
Welcome to KBVR-TV. Come join our team.
Welcome back to sports. After a really just amazing rally, I am joined by the winner of the whole series, Jacob Boyle. Jake, first of all, congratulations. I got to say, what a rally. What a series. Just that was insane. I mean, you won the first series convincingly by a score of 4-1, winning 3 games to 1. And the second series, that was just insane. But let's start the first series first. So you won the first game by a score of 13-11. And normally regulation, it's 2-11, but, you know, I had to go overtime. I guess my question is, that first game went into regulation, overtime. Did you know you were in for like a surprising rally, or just, I guess, a good game?
I find myself like going lighter when the score's closer together. So like, I guess I do expect more rallies that way because I'm trying not to make as many mistakes. I'm not hitting the ball as hard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Just really convincing. 13-11, 11-7, 11-8. Wow, just performance. And then let's talk about the second series because that was just, I guess, almost a comeback for the ages. So you won convincingly. First game, score 11-6. Then second game by 11-6. What was your thoughts when Ashton won both games 3 and 4? What were your thoughts of that?
I was getting a little bit nervous. I was seeing myself slow down a little and him catching up. He was starting to find his groove. It was starting to make it a little difficult. But honestly, I was just having fun the whole time. Yeah. I enjoyed playing with him a lot. I always enjoy playing with him. So yeah, it was just great.
Now, we mentioned this in the broadcast too. How do you feel about Ashton? Ashton texted you this morning. He said, quote, "Today is the day, ... Your dignity will be mine." And you made him eat his words. So what are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on just that, per se?
I always like making him eat his words because he likes to talk a lot. He does a lot of trash talk. I feel like we didn't do as much here because it's broadcasted and we're a little nervous.
There's some showboat in there, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit. We were picking up a little.
But still a good series nonetheless. But I guess the most important thing to take away from it is you guys are still friends. So I guess moving forward, you're going to bring this up next time you guys play table tennis, right?
I'm always going to say I beat you on TV now.
Definitely, yeah. Oh gosh, what a series! I so wish we had a third series, but Jake, congratulations on winning
the
series. And on behalf of everyone on KBVR-TV, thanks for tuning in. We hope you guys had a good time. I know we all did. And this is Santos signing off.